Alright, welcome. It is 4 o'clock and I just burned my tongue on some tea. Let's do this. So this is where we left off last time. We began our adventure, we rescued some friends, and here in Pyrite Town we learned that Miror B is holding Duking's Puzzle hostage, so that he can let him run amok in this town. So let's look at the sparkly binder. 9 File H says Hyper Mode. Shadow Pokemon, perhaps because of their own overwhelming power, may behave abnormally at times. They may engage in such behavior as ignoring orders, even turning on their own trainers in battle. This I have named Hyper Mode. On the plus side, Hyper Mode raises the critical ratio of Shadow Rush. However, Hyper Mode also prevents the use of items on the Pokemon. Hyper Mode is easily dispelled. Simply call the Pokemon by name. However, this method has a major drawback. Calling the Shadow Pokemon's name causes the closed door to its heart to loosen and even open. Further research is urgently needed. And speaking of opening hearts, I've temporarily... Makuhita was temporary in the first place, but I've replaced it with Noctowl, because Makuhita's Shadow Gauge was empty, and so I decided to work on somebody new, and if we can get a flying type move on Noctowl, I suspect that'll be useful for what's coming up. So we have a new friend. So without further ado, here we go. Too bad for you, this elevator is off limits. Now the edit into video form for part 1 has technically started, but I didn't get very far, because I'm an adult with a job, which is kinda dumb. But generally speaking, I've got a lot to do, and that's going to be the case for the next, month. So worst case scenario, the next video won't even be out for another month. I just have that little time to devote to it. I've decided that my other things I need to take care of kind of need to take priority, and unfortunately this is kind of the least important out of all my tasks I need to do. So I'm still going to try and make room to stream every week, but in terms of editing down the VODs, that's on the back burner. But it will get done. Now, if we're going to get as far as I suspect we might in today's session, I should be able to get to where the name raider is, and be able to name my Shadow Pokemon as well as Umbreon and Espeon. And I still haven't really put any thought into that, so I honestly might have to skip it for now and just think about it later. Chompy can officially become Chompy. That's the only one I'm positive about. And since I'm me, that means we have to name a Pokemon after my cat. And I've been thinking that Flaffy is going to be a permanent team member. I like the idea of having an electric type. And Flaffy is female. Before Noctowl came along, Flaffy was our resident girl boss on the team, which makes her the perfect fit to name Bean. So Chompy will return, and Bean will reincarnate. But that can't happen till later. So this is just going to be a whole lot of battles, back to back to back to back, with some Shadow Pokemon thrown in, so I'm going to be doing some backtracking to save after I catch each one. So I think we're going to make some good progress on Noctowl here. Especially if that happens. Now let's go ahead and call Noctowl, and then I think Flaffy's a good lead for this place because obviously we have Mr. Flying types here, but I can also think of several water types later that we're going to be fighting, so for the time being, Noctowl to work on the Shadow Gauge, and Flaffy for... oh, also for that, I guess. I think this is a good pair of leads. As much as I am afraid of Espeon and Umbreon falling behind. But I'll have time to make that ground up later. Now, after the last stream, I also did go restock on Pokeballs. I was starting to run low. And I picked up a Revive, a couple more potions, so I used up pretty much all my money. I am pretty broke right now. So hopefully my Pokeballs are enough. Like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit more money from these guys, but for the time being, we are financially struggling. But the good news is, we have 24 Pokeballs, 15 Great Balls, and 1 Premier Ball. And I have a nice convenience healing station right here, and a PC for saving. Which I will go ahead and do, just 'cause I'm in the neighborhood. Alright, now, if I recall correctly... Okay, never mind. I'll bat him eventually, and I believe he has Quillfish. Darling, aren't you one of Duking's people? What made you think that you could simply waltz in here? Such a silly boy. Grr, where is Miror B? I'm taking him down. Take him down? After the beating you took? That's too funny. You wait, I'm going to drive all of you out of this town. Ah ha ha, such a feisty boy. Don't tell me we have to take your Pokemon hostage to make you settle down, like we did with Duking. What? Oh, we seem to be getting a lot of unexpected company today. But that's no excuse for being a bad host. Alright, here's the Remoraid I was thinking of, because I remember it being level 20. This is looking familiar now. I could just use it for funsies until I get the actual team member that I'm thinking of. The issue, of course, now is, will I accidentally kill it on account of it being level 20? I'm certainly not going to risk a Thunder Shock on it, because that will absolutely kill it. I might just be able to throw a ball at full health. I'll go ahead and try it. Okay, we'll use a Noctowl's turn for that, because another Thunder Shock should take care of Spinarak. There we go. Now, why is that Remoraid level 20? Excellent question. I mean, everything else I've caught has been level 30. Alright, hopefully I'll be okay going up against this beast of a Pokemon. Noctowl's got her game face on. But I don't think a game face is necessary for a Love Disc. And there we go, Noctowl is ready to go. I'll keep her around for the Fly and the Hypnosis. And then once I'm done here, I think I'll swap to Remoraid. Just to temporarily go through with my original plan. Not that it's terribly accurate to call it my original plan, it was a possible plan. My Pokemon couldn't muster a thing. You're no ordinary trainer. Were you hired by Duking as his bodyguards? Let me warn you, if you mess with us, you better be prepared for the consequences. And if I recall... Yep. Mantine was another option for me. There are kind of a lot of water types in this game for me to catch. Like, if I had gone with somebody other than Croconaw as that first choice in Fennec City, I wouldn't have really gone punished for that, because I would have plenty of... I've got Quagsire, I've got Remoraid, I've got Mantine. And then I'm stuck with Slugma as my fire type because I skipped Quilava. Not that I dislike Slugma, but I would have appreciated the existence of other options. That's probably a waste of my time, but I'm gonna try it again. It worked on Remoraid. I guess Thunder Wave's also an option. You know, assuming Flappy's not murdered. Alright, let me go ahead and do that so that I can also do that. See, by snagging this Mantine, I'm gonna be getting a second Remoraid as part of the package deal. Okay, we'll take over Apom, and I don't know, I'm just gonna... That's as much healing as I can do. I don't know if I trust Hypnosis, so I kinda want to go for Thunder Wave, which would require Flappy to be alive. But then that's just gonna happen again. And realistically, Mantine probably could take a Shadow Rush even if it does crit, but I kinda don't want to risk it anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and... what do I want to do? We'll chonk it up with Umbreon. And then I can just chip Mantine down with bites. And then hopefully we get lucky with the Hypnosis. Not gonna hold my breath on that part. Yeah, for as little damage as Noctowl's turning out to be capable of, I probably could safely Shadow Rush Mantine. I think I want to... I just don't think Furret's much of a threat, but she's also got another Pokemon and I don't know what it is. So we're going to Reflect, and we're going to... I can Paralyze with Secret Power, let's try that. Oh, alright, fine. Yeah, it's probably gonna die, because I can't... I can't use an item until after I call it. That's okay. Why don't I Torment Mantine, actually? That's a good idea. Put a stop to its incessant bubble beaming. Alright, now I can heal it and get that Reflect up. And then I can finally start chipping down his health, because it is being kind of annoying, and I would like it to stop. Yeah, this wasn't one I was planning to use all my healing items, but it's kind of turning out to be necessary. Okay, I'll try Hypnosis one more time. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. Let's get Noctowl out of there. And we will go to Croconaw to resist the Bubble Beams. And I will get... We'll just get to Nomin on it. Now I believe Mantine has Water Absorb, so I can't use Surf on Furret. But I should be able to take it out without it. Let's go. You can handle that, and we'll try for the Paralyze again. Or you can do that, I guess. Noctowl has been a bad influence on Croconaw, I see. Okay, that's fine. We'll just Shadow Rush for it. Because it's not being as annoying as Mantine, but it is still being annoying in its own special way. And I don't like that Mantine has two different moves it can use to kill itself with recoil. And no more Reflect. I wish Umbreon could learn it. It'd be perfect as support to Espeon, like I was saying before, but it can't even learn it in the first place. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. We'll do one more round of these, and then we'll start throwing Pokeballs. Well, Umbreon, I thought you were chonkier than that. Like a Sonic Boom didn't help. Alright, Espeon can come take revenge, I guess. Okay, how about... I'm just gonna start chucking Pokeballs. Great balls, rather. Because it honestly might be able to take Confusion from Espeon too, but I'm not risking it. Yeah, that Sonic Boom is a problem. Okay, I think I can use Return with Espeon with very little potential consequences. So why don't I'll finally get Crocodile out of Hyper Mode. Let's try a Return. Even if Espeon and I are besties, physical attack is not its strong suit. Just kidding, apparently it is its strong suit. Alright, let me look up when I can fight Mantine again, because I guess I don't mind waiting, but it'd be a little bit annoying. Let's see here. Mantine, second chance. Only in the post-game. Alright, I kind of don't want to wait till the post-game. Alright, we're gonna try that again. I'm gonna go reset my GameCube. See, this is precisely why I've been saving so diligently. Remoraid was no problem. And then Mantine was all of the problems. I wish they'd not to be back-to-back like that, but whatever. We'll just go ahead and formulate a strategy. I honestly think I need to say screw Hypnosis and just go for Thunderwave right off the bat. Honestly, probably go for Torment right off the bat, because just getting Bubble Beam spammed was kinda killing me last time. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully Remoraid will be just as cooperative as last time. Alright, we're resetting again. We've hit our first roadblock. A fish. I do still want to damage it, because I'm not using Hypnosis, but maybe I won't have to, because maybe Thunderwave will be plenty, and I can just focus on Spinnerack. I suppose we'll try that and see what happens. And if I do decide I have to attack it after all, I'll try it with Secret Power, which is not Stab. Alright, Thunderwave. There, it's helping me. It's taking its own health down. And there's the paralysis. So I'm just gonna throw a ball. And everything will be fine, probably. Because I thought the problem here was supposed to be Mantine, not Remoraid. There we go. That's the easy part. It's time to put my super secret, awesome, amazing plan into action. I'm going to Torment, so no more Bubble Beam spam, and we're going to Thunder Wave. I kind of want to see if it can eat a Thundershock, but for as chonky as it seems to be, that's still a risk I don't think I want to take. Especially since it's also part flying. Alright there, both pieces of the plan are in place. I was about to say I'd like to Cotton Spore, but that's actually probably not necessary because it's paralyzed now. Alright, we're gonna start taking his health down, little by little with Bite. Even though we've just established that Bite is a fish killer. And we're going to... I guess I can switch? I don't know. Once again, Crocodile for resisting the bubble beams. Nobody I have is particularly bulky. Other than Umbreon. And even Umbreon is susceptible to automatic 20 damage from those Sonic Booms later. Maybe I should have gone to Espeon or Noctowl for the Reflect. Let's go... I kind of just want to get Mantine off the field. Okay, I think I'm good to start throwing Pokeballs now. I can continue to bite. Carefully, of course. Sure, Great Ball. It's blue, it matches Mantine, who is also blue. It's destiny. Okay, that was significantly better than last time. And I want to say this unlocks that shortcut back to downstairs so I can go heal and save without it being quite so inconvenient. But because I am me, I'm probably misremembering. But the good news is, now that Mantine's off the field and Water Absorb is no longer a threat, I can go ahead and start using Surf. Yeah, that was unbelievable. Reef, let's make ourselves scarce for the time being. Righto, Firma. Ultra Super Fire Dash. Erg. Ow. Thank you, you saved me. Do you people know Duking? Never heard of him. Then why would you help me? You do know Duking, don't you? Oh, fine. Okay, I'm a fool. I didn't know it was happening at all. They'd taken Duking's Pokemon hostage. How could they do something so downright dirty? That's why we're here. We came to rescue Plusle. I'm going too. Ah, ow, ow, ow. Not in your condition. You'll have to wait here. Foo-ho-ho-ho. We meet again, kiddies. Miror B, you cowardly cheat. Cowardly cheat? That's so not true. Taking a hostage is perfectly fine as a bargaining tactic. You call that a tactic? Plusle had better be okay. Oh, the darling couldn't be any safer if it tried. I'm sure it'll come to adore me before too much longer. You've got to be kidding. Where is it? Give it back. Foo-ho-ho-ho. No running or hiding for me. Come to the cave. That's where I'll be. I'll be waiting for you, my pretties. Foo-ho-ho-ho. I got creamed by the guy who's guarding the cave's entrance. Be careful when you go to the cave. The sentinel's tough. Well, let's see what this shiny binder is. Another iron file. S. Shadow Pokemon. A Shadow Pokemon is a Pokemon that has been made into a fighting machine by artificially shutting the door to its heart. What we didn't know is that the Shadow Pokemon exude a dark aura that can't normally be seen by the human eye. Unfortunately, a girl with the ability to see this dark aura has been discovered. This is a major problem. The girl could become a huge obstacle for our Shadow Pokemon plan. A solution to this threat is urgently needed. It doesn't appear as if it will work right now. Alright, well, let's see what's down here. And it looks like I was right. I like being right. I wish it happened more often. Three hyper potions. Okay, I'm happy to have those. Alright, well, you know what? Fine. Perhaps I was less right than I thought. I could still heal easily, but I mostly have to take the long way around. Alright, that's 2 Shadow Pokemon. I shall save, so I don't have to get either of them again. And now we're gonna go with the cave. Now we haven't seen any Shadow Pokemon other than Remoraid and Mantine, and that's because they're all in the cave. So this is about to get fun. You guys weren't new recruits, but just intruders too. That guy earlier was too weak for words. How about you? Are you going to keep me amused? And there's a Quillfish. I have used a Quillfish precisely once in my life. It was in silver. I guess if you don't count Bean being a Quillfish in the Sapphire randomizer, but I think that was not a conventional Quillfish experience. Okay, I kinda want to use Thundershock. I don't know if it's gonna kill it or not. I kinda feel like no, it won't. Sure, I'm feeling daring today. I'm just killing Shadow Pokemon left and right. Why not continue? Yeah, see, it's fine. Consequences for my actions? Not here. I suppose it's a good thing that Flaffy gets Thunder Shock instead of Thunderbolt. I'm gonna do a little bit less accidental murder that way. I'll try another Hypnosis before I say screw it. Excellent. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember what kind of catch rate Quillfish has, or how annoying it was or wasn't in previous playthroughs back in my childhood. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and huck a Pokeball at it and see what happens. Well, Flaffy, Thundershock's Linoon. Good thing those Z's were on the ground there for it to land on. Okay, I can attack it, I guess. I'm just afraid I'm gonna kill it. This is probably fine. I did say that Noctowl wasn't really doing a whole lot of damage. As for Linoon, this might be where perhaps a Makuhita might have come in handy, but I wonder where that thing went. Alright, I don't want to eat up my, my potions on a single, relatively inconsequential battle. I managed to narrowly avoid wasting them all on the rematch for Mantine, and I kind of like to keep it that way. Alright, I'm going to put Reflect back up, and then Croconaut's turn, we're going to try a Great Ball. I would love to have some Ultra Balls right about now. There we go. I was never concerned. I knew this would go perfectly. That was fun. Sure, I guess. Battling you is fun, so that's good enough for me. If you want to go through, go right ahead. Thank you. I'm gonna poke my head in here and see if there's any, conveniently located PC. I don't want to walk into a trainer. Because I'll go around and save that way if I have to. I would just kinda hoping I wouldn't have to. Alright, I'll go back. Okay, let's go. I can get hyper potions, but I can't get very many. I'll get a couple. And then we'll get some super potions. I guess I could spend the rest on a couple of Great Balls, maybe. So I'll go ahead and blow the rest of my money on a couple of Great Balls, and we'll be ready to tackle the cave, where there will be Shadow Pokemon and therefore probably some resets. Thank you. And one more Pokeball, and I am officially, certifiably, a broke-ass bitch. Alright, here we are. First and foremost, let's say hello to you. Yay, you're finally here. This floor is my territory. I can't let you through. Anorith and Lotad. I'd be down for a Shadow Anorith. I'd be down for a Shadow lots of stuff that's not in this game. Okay, so. We're starting to see the reason I brought Noctowl along. This is not the last Lotad we're gonna see. How about... I kind of feel like I can maybe swap out Flaffy. Like, there were lots of water and flying types up to this point, but I kind of feel like there aren't going to be as many going forward. I don't remember. I could just be lying. You're a surprise, but I'm not telling you our Miror B's waiting. Alright, let's see what's... this way. Two hyper potions. Excellent. Excellent. Feel real good about wasting my goddamn money now. Okay, so there really is nobody else on this floor. 3 ethers. Okay, that hasn't been a problem quite yet, but good to know it will continue to not be. Nothing interesting back here. Okay. What's going on here? I heard there was one intruder, but there's obviously two of you. His coughing matches his outfit. That's so cute. Okay, let me go ahead and we'll fly on Ralts, and let's get Espeon out here to deal with coughing. Raising your Pokemon to those levels must have been a hard struggle. You might be our enemy, but you have my respect. See, the cool part is, my Shadow Pokemon were already level 30. I didn't raise them at all. Okay. Burning through my only 2 antidotes. Okay, who do I want up front? I think, let's go Espeon. We'll keep Noctowl as the second. And I think that's going to be good for now. Anything fun around here? Perhaps a healing machine, or a PC, perhaps. Hold it, don't think you're going anywhere when you catch my eye. Alright, Ryder Twan. Alright, I think the time is now. What time, you ask? Of course, I'm referring to time to catch my new teammates. Now, I'm not going to add it to the team till after we're done with the hideout. But, once we are done, my plan has been to use Meta-type instead of Makuhita as my designated fighting type. I just don't really want to kill it. So I'm gonna do that. I sure hope it doesn't miss and put that and kill itself. Oh, Noctowl. Back to where we began, I see. Okay, we'll take advantage of this, I guess, to just go ahead and get Numel out of the way. Espeon... We'll go ahead and heal. Yeah, high jump kick didn't really factor into my plans here, so now I'm afraid to attack it at all. If I do too much damage and it misses with high jump kick, then that's another reset. Unless I can just walk back in here or rematch the guy. I think I might be able to. Okay, let's... We'll Thunder Wave it. Espeon can reflect. There we go. And lesson learned. The power of friendship is just gonna kill it. So I guess I'll just heal a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try... Well. Nathan, you better save your cat jams. This is hardly the time. We're in the Pyrite hideout cave, and you know what's coming up at the end of that. Is it Cypher Peon time or Miror B time? Well, currently it's neither time. This is Hunter Twan. Or, Ryder. My bad. My Pokemon have won a knockout challenge. You're no average trainer for beating them. Okay, I'm gonna just verify that there's nowhere for me to save. Doesn't seem like there is, which means I have to backtrack to officially lock in my successful snag of this Meditite. Yes, I know you meant later. This is the place where you fight Miror B at the end. So if you're gonna cat jam, that's gonna be the time. Not that there aren't plenty of places and plenty of times in this game for cat jamming. Anyway, Nathan, what are Phoebe and Mags doing? Pretty sure Cypher Peon Battle is like top 10 video game tracks of all time. You actually don't remember You actually don't completely remember Miror B theme. Reading is hard. Oh, you'll remember when you hear it. There we go. So my plan is to use Meditite on the team, but for now, I want to bring along who we've got. Umbreon for Chonkitude, Noctowl for having a flying move. There's just not room to rearrange right now, so I'll grab Meditite later, after this part of the game is said and done. I know which way I'm going, I swear. And I already established nothing back there. Okay, we're gonna see what's past this kind individual who donated his Meditite to my noble cause. Nothing up here, which I think we also established. If I drop you here, Miror, be sure to give me a reward. Nathan, look, a Lotad. There are a bunch of them in this cave. And that means you get to watch me murder a bunch of them. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then Espeon is going to commit a murder of the Lotad, or otherwise. And you still haven't answered, Nathan. What are Phoebe and Mags doing? I have the Espeon animation burned into my neurons. Last stream I fought a Duskull, so we got to see one of my favorite fainting animations, which is the one where Duskull deflates. Phoebe is crouching in a corner, and Mags is hiding in shame because she was bad. Well, based on what you've told me before, it sounds like Mags is not being bad, Mags is being Mags. Mags is being normal, dare I say. She was bad in a new location. Alright, I'm surprised Noctowl actually one-shot something. She's not had the most impressive showing today. Automod doesn't like the fact that you said suck balls. I will allow it. I'm bringing Noctowl along because... Oh, Swift. I don't know that I really... I don't think I need Swift. It's not special in this game because Gen 3. But the reason I have Noctowl is for Hypnosis, for catching Shadow Pokemon, and for a stat flying move, because a lot of these guys are going to have Lotad and Lombre, and then obviously Miror B's got his 4 Ludicolo. So I'm not intending to make Noctowl a permanent team member, I've just kind of brought it along specifically because I thought it'd be useful for this part of the game. Thought most, there's some chonkage going on here. It is its highest stat. Welcome to here. Dunsparce, my beloved. It truly pains me, but there is simply no space on my team for Dunsparce. Ryder Sosh was my nickname in high school. Speaking of nicknames, I've put very little thought into what I'm going to name anything on my team. Like, once I start purifying these Shadow Pokemon and I can name them, or when I get to the name raider for Espeon or Umbreon, I'm gonna call Croconaw Chompy, as he is the reincarnation of Chompy from the Sapphire Randomizer. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna keep Flaffy on the team, I'm thinking. Which means she's a good candidate to be called Bean. I have to name something Bean. Everybody else, who knows? See, Dunsparce is the strongest Pokemon ever. I should put it on my team. How about... We'll chonk it up. Umbreon and Noctowl. 2 impenetrable walls. First time anyone's seen a Dunsparce do damage? The many times I've used Dunsparce on my team in Gen 2 beg to differ. I will have you know that Dunsparce uses Rage like a champ. Anyway, where I was going with my nickname tangent is that if you have any ideas, feel free to share them with the class. Slugma balls? Nothing quite like a joke you've already made before. You know what, just for funsies, how about I try to catch Dunsparce now? How much I love Dunsparce will reach it, and it will decide to come along. A joke so nice I say it twice. See, look, it worked. The power of friendship allowed me to catch this Dunsparce. Now, if there's a nice, convenient PC up ahead, I wouldn't exactly be sad about that. There is! This is the best day ever. Why are those animations better than Scarlet? Perhaps because the team who made this game was actually given adequate time and resources and wasn't on a crunch and was allowed to optimize everything and, you know, generally allowed to use their skills to deliver a finished and good product. And also because this team didn't immediately wrap up work on Legends Arceus and then, like, less than a year later have to have this one out. Yeah, I tried to, like, get going on a living dex in my copy of Violet. Because, you know, even if not everything is available in the game, which is dumb enough on its own, like, with Pokemon Home, I can, like, transfer things in from Pokemon Go, like, there were ways around it. But then, it turns out there is not even enough room in the PC for one of every Pokemon. So you're not even able to do a living dex. Which really sucked my enjoyment out of being alive. Cover your eyes, Nathan. There was graphic Lotad murder happening on my screen. You can't ban anybody, because when I offered to make you a mod, you said you didn't want to do it. Is Miror B's age really going to arrive? That might be an age I'm okay with, if it means we all get to hang out and dance with Ludicolo all day long. Sorry that I live and sleep in the walk-in cooler at work. Don't forget, I moderate your stream and I also miss a lot of them. Alright, will confusion kill the Swablu? Let's find out. See, we're fine. Espeon can suck at killing things whenever it's convenient, I guess. I don't have someone living in my apartment anymore, but I think I need to get a new router or something because mine keeps having these spikes where internet barely works, so I can't really stream anyway. Yeah, my building is sort of like a cell phone service dead zone, but thankfully, internet seems to function. And the only reason I can, like, text and call and do phone stuff is because I've got Wi-Fi calling on. So, despite being in a dead zone, I can use the internet to use my phone. And I looked away from my screen to read chat, and it turns out Noctowl nearly died while I wasn't paying attention. Let's Hypnosis Swablu, and then we'll use Espeon's turn to heal Noctowl. I think that's a good idea. Yay! Yeah, Nathan, you missed watching me struggle to get Mantine and Remoraid earlier. I had to do the battle 3 times. Because the first time, you battled them back to back, and I got Remoraid no problem. But then I accidentally killed Mantine. So then I went back. And I accidentally killed Remoraid. So then I went back. And then I finally got them. And that's the kind of high quality gameplay you can expect on this Twitch channel. It was absolutely a skill issue. I was under orders to battle with you. Nobody said anything about not losing, so it's okay. Let's see what's this way first, before I commit to going down any staircases. Instead, I'll commit to going down this one. Which apparently doesn't go anywhere. Just kidding, yeah it does. So I'll check the other one. And then it looks like it is perhaps time for shenanigans. Yeah, we all know how I feel about shenanigans. Alright, we have 1 zinc, 1 carbos, 1 protein, and 1 iron. I'll decide who to use those on later, I guess. Considering the team's not super finalized yet. Let's go ahead and... Slugma hasn't seen any action in a bit, we'll get him up front. And apparently that was a mistake, because here we have a Tentacool. Alright, let's maybe not put Slugma up front. Because apparently that's how I guarantee he's gonna die. We'll use Flaffy. Oh, now isn't this something? This is the edge of the world. Good of you to come. I know I've said this a lot this stream, but I'd be down for a Shadow Lileep. I like Cradily a lot. Lileep being a rock type kind of complicates things. Let's actually switch to Croc and it's also a part grass type. I'll keep Noctowl in. I will just reflect. And then I'll be invincible. So let's get rid of Dustox, and then I can worry about Lileep. My best option there might actually be Espeon. But if Noctowl was gonna insist on going into Hyper Mode, I could take advantage of that. There we go, and let's go Espeon, and we should be good. That was a crit. Alright, perhaps we're not good. Okay. I will see if Espeon can handle this. Alright, I have to go have a life smell. You're gonna miss the opportunity to cat jam to Miror B's theme? Enjoy having a life. That sounds dumb. Well, pet Phoebe and Mags for me. Or else. What a wasted effort for you. There's nothing here for you. While you were all busy wasting time, what became of that Pokemon you're after? Okay, we're gonna heal, and then I think that's all the trainer is before we're at the end of this place. Now I have to admit, my plan was not to spend the entirety of the stream in this cave. But I appear to have kind of done that. Alright, into the ominous black void we go. See, why do I have to kill these innocent Ludicolo? They're just here to have a good time. Alright, I think I've got the best leads I kind of can have for this particular situation. Yeah, woot! It's about time, darlings. I was so frightfully tired of waiting for you. Stop the music. Oh, you kept me waiting for so long, I decided to work up a little perspiration. But my, you've been busy being naughty and messing up our plans. It was oh so close for everything to turn out just right, just the way we hoped. But I can salvage our plan by beating you, little man. And so... there's time for one last frantic dance before the grand finale. Let the music play. Alright, can I handle 4 Ludicolo in a row? Let's find out. Alright, Noctowl, this is why I brought you. And they're going to be annoying with Rain Dish, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Thunder Wave them all to make them as not annoying as possible. Hopefully. I guess I better cat jam in Nathan's memory. Is what he would have wanted. Arceus rest his soul. Alright, and then you get a Thunder Wave. Okay, no Thunder Wave necessary, we got Static. But that does unfortunately mean I wasted a turn. Okay, well, I flinched anyway, so things just worked out, I guess. Okay, so, fly 2 shots, that's good to know. In the meantime, I suppose I can... I guess Shadow Rush is the best option. I just don't see Thunder Shock being super helpful here, since they're not pure water types. It might do more. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna do more than that, actually. I could try, just for funsies. Sure, for science, we'll Thundershock. See if that is the optimal solution in these difficult times. Alright, one down. Okay, so Shadow Rush and Thundershock are about the same. And Thundershock doesn't give me recoil damage, so I guess Thundershock it is. Ow. Yeah, I'm glad Espeon and Noctowl both have Reflect, but I could kind of use Light Screen too. Okay, Fly on this one, and we'll Thunder Wave at this one. Yeah, between Rain Dish and Leech Seed and Absorb, they're just gonna be constantly healing themselves. Alright, if that first round of Rain Dances was any indication, there's a good chance one of them is going to waste its turn because they both decided to Rain Dance. Okay, let me... I'll go ahead and heal Flaffy. And then Noctowl can go ahead and fly. Excellent. Okay, even with Rain Dish, I think Flaffy can take that one out, so that's what we're gonna try and do. And we'll get ready to fly the other one. There we go. So that's 2 down. And 1 more. Before things start getting dangerous for Noctowl. Alright, well played. Now my fly's gonna miss. Alright, well, you've got a Thunder Wave. Or maybe not. Where's all that static been earlier? Ow. Alright, well, that's cool, I guess. Let's go... I do want Reflect. Between these two, somebody's gonna be able to do it. I kinda want Croconaw in for what's coming, but... let's worry about... this first. Alright, that was awfully convenient. Now, it actually might be worth reviving Flaffy, so I have access to Thunder Wave again. Also, I'm curious. I want to see if Helping Hand works when Noctowl's in the air, or if it's going to treat it as a miss. No, it works. Alright. I did a science experiment, and I got results. I also got a dead Ludicolo. And here we go. Noctowl better brace for impact. Alright, hopefully it'll go for Rain Dance and not Dive, so I can go ahead and actually hit with Fly this time. Okay, I'm an idiot. I should have done that next turn. Oops. It's okay. Now Noctowl has moral support, so it can fly even higher on turn 1. Okay, there we go. So I should be able to hit with the Fly. With the Helping Hand, I don't know, maybe it's gonna one-shot. They one-shot the other one, but it was a few levels lower than this one. Let's find out. And keeping Reflect up is going to be important because I don't like the amount of damage that Shadow Rush did with Reflect. So without it... Okay, there we go. Did not one-shot. Yeah. Alright, I'm not sure if Noctowl is gonna... Yeah, no. I was gonna hopefully Shadow Rush it, but I think it has to be another Fly. While I'm flying, I guess I'll heal Espeon. We've seen Shadow Rush, Low Kick. Like, there's no way it doesn't have a Rock type move, but I would think it would have used it on Noctowl by now. Yeah, okay, Reflector's gone. I need that up now. That said... Yeah, it's gonna go back to full, like, almost. Between the Leech Seeds and the Rain Dish. Okay, if I high roll, I could probably take it out with this Fly, so let's go for it. And then, hopefully, postponing Reflect for this extra turn doesn't come back to bite me. Alright, Noctowl, most important Fly of your life. Yeah, I don't remember what move Sudowoodo knows, but I'm just surprised it's not going for a Rock type move. So I guess maybe it doesn't have one, which is also surprising. Alright, I need Ludicolo gone so I can focus on more important things. Alright. I guess if Noctowl goes down, it's not the end of the world. She did her job. I just need to go all in on killing this thing. So I can focus solely on Sudowoodo. There. There it is, there's Rock Slide. I'm surprised it took so long to use that. Alright, Noctowl. Your heroic deeds will be remembered. Okay, let us... Huh. I think I want to go for the Torment, just so it doesn't get any funny ideas about using that a whole bunch. Before I do, though, I think I'm going to heal Espeon and put Reflect back up. Ow. Alright, well, I guess... I'd like to bring a Slugma for Yawn, but there is no way it's gonna survive. Okay. I don't think Surf's gonna one-shot. So I'll go ahead and Torment. And I will Surf. Because this is going to be an annoying battle to do a second time. So I don't want to... Okay. I admit that did more than I thought. But now I'm in trouble because it does recoil damage. Ugh. Okay, so... Let's go. I guess Great Ball's my best option. And then I'm going to revive Flaffy. Pray to Arceus that Sudowoodo decides to not use Shadow Rush again. It can't for now because of Torment. But I need to get Flaffy out so I can use Thunder Wave to hopefully make this easier if this doesn't work. And I'm kind of not expecting it to. Because when I was a kid, this took a lot of Pokeballs. Okay, there's not really anything I can do to stop it from attacking, period. Okay, I kind of feel like it's gonna go for Croconaw again? There's not always a rhyme or reason to what the enemies do in this game. So let's get Flaffy out for the Thunder Wave. Assuming I get that chance. Okay. I was not expecting it to take only two tries. But there we go. No complaints from me. Alright. Had me biting my nails for a second there. How dare you? Don't you dare think you'll get away with your latest outrage. One of these days I will take great pleasure in kicking you about with my elegant dance steps. Oh, and I'm not giving up our Shadow Pokemon plan. Let's go. Escape! Alright, I guess I'll take this stuff off. Wes, did you hear those cries? It must be Plusle. I think those cries came from behind that door. TM49. I guess I was wrong about finding Ultra Balls. For some reason, I thought I would somewhere, but... And Snatch, okay. I already have that. And I did get to use it, which was neat, but... It's not going to be used very often. Find File P. P for Plusle. Or for Purification, I guess. Shadow Pokemon are fighting machines created by closing the door to their hearts. The process of restoring a Shadow Pokemon back to its original state is known as purification. Exactly how a Shadow Pokemon is purified is unclear, but there appear to be several causes. You must eliminate reaction to these factors, and create a Shadow Pokemon that will never revert back to their original purified forms. Plusle, hello. Wes, Plusle. Wes, you're safe. Oh, and Plusle. Miror B got away, but things will be back to normal here. Duking, I don't know what to say. Forget it, Silva. We're all unharmed. That's good enough. Even that Miror B's been driven out thanks to Wes. Was that Plusle? Feeling hungry out of relief? Wahaha. Okay, Wes, let's quit this moldy cavern and quick. I should have gotten that chest. Okay. I'll just go back for it. We owe you a great deal, sincerely thank you. If you were even a little bit later, also could have made a Shadow Pokemon. That's horrible. I'm glad everything's fine, Papa. And Plusle, too. Coon, coon, coon. Coon, coon, coon. What's the matter, Plusle? Oh, you want to. Okay, I understand. Wes, could you take my Plusle with you? Plusle saying it wants to help you, too. Yes, that's right. We can't let those criminals get away with it. That's amazing. We got a cute and brave addition to our party. Wes, I'm counting on you. Plusle is transferred to the PC, where it is unlikely to ever see the light of day again. I intend to investigate the organization behind Miror B. As soon as I discover anything, I'll be in touch. Which reminds me, Wes, I need your PDA number. Perfect, I'll be in touch as soon as we discover anything. Deep beneath this town is another town that goes by the name The Under. Miror B's mob may have been smuggling Shadow Pokemon in from there. I'm going to do a little digging into the underground town at The Under. Miror B may be gone, but that doesn't mean their Shadow Pokemon plan is finished. We have to move quickly. We need to gather as much information as possible. Big people, please be nice to Plusle. Let's see if there's anything different going on in here. I kinda doubt it. No, I guess so. That's awesome, big guy. You went and knocked out Miror B while I was still on lookout duty. When I get bigger, I'm going to knock out Miror B too. Okay, these settings will do. Wow, you startled me. Oh, it's you guys again. Oh yes, I didn't tell you my name yet. I am Marcia's friend. My name is Sek. I'm glad we met you. I'm trying to get in touch with kids in other towns to gather information. After all, this is the age of networking. Do you know the kids grid? Everyone was saying they're going to make it and talk over it. Sek said they are. And what happens if I say yes? Oh, I wish I knew. I don't understand what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go back for that chest. And Bean is making bean noises. I don't know if the mic picked those up. Well, she probably wants me to hurry up and finish streaming so I can feed her. Even though, if I know Bean, there is still food in her bowl. Alright, this better be good. Hi, Bean. Yeah, that was a louder bit. Oh, hi. Alright, well, we'll deal with you in a moment. Let's see what this was. A Macho Brace, okay. Not that I planned to EV train, it's kind of difficult to do in a game like this where there are no wild Pokemon to selectively grind on. And nothing else exciting in here? Okay. I guess we'll... I'm Mirakle B. I'm Miror B's rightful successor. Going to get me an afro. I didn't think... I didn't think I could fight this guy so soon. Should I put the afro back on? Sure, why not? Okay, 39. This... I'll do my best. But I'm not feeling good about this. Thunder Wave on my noon, and then I need to get Flappy the heck out of there. I guess I've never gone back here so quickly before, so I didn't know you could fight this guy immediately. Okay. There we go. Let's... I mean, I think the Noctowl is toast no matter what I do. And I can try and Hypnosis Sandslash. I don't want to waste my healing items on this when it's not super consequential as far as I recall. Like, I don't think this guy is a Shadow Pokemon. I'll check just in case, but I'm fairly certain he doesn't. I think this is just a silly thing to do. Okay, how about we go to Espeon? Okay, let's go Helping Hand and Surf. We'll see what I can accomplish with that. I was kind of hoping it would do more than that. Okay, well I think becoming Miror B's successor, like, I think he's already accomplished it. I mean, he's rocking my shit way harder than Miror B did. Okay, how about Umbreon for Chonkitude? Not that I think that matters when the enemy's 10 levels above me. Alright, at the very least, it should take out Sandslash, so I will experience a teeny tiny bit of victory. Yay, Umbreon. Confuse Ray, okay. How about... I've technically used both of these, but my Snatch came in handy against Justy, but that's the only time I've used it. Okay, I guess I will confuse Ray Electrode. I don't trust it to be nice to me. And then Surf was not doing a whole lot to Linoon, and it's not going to do very much to Electrode. That said, I don't think Shadow Rush is going to do a whole lot to Linoon either. There's also that to consider. Alright. I don't think it matters. I'm not wasting potions on this. But we got Confuse Ray out of it. That's neat. Well, I can't put Reflect back up, not that I think it would save me. Let's Confuse Ray Linoon, and let us also Flamethrower Linoon. I guess I could not Flamethrower Linoon, that's also fine. Well, Sandslash is gone, and that's the reason I swapped out Flaffy, so... Here we go! Go Flaffy! Alright. I think it'd be cool if I could at least kill Linoon. But for that to happen... Oh, okay. I'm being given a second chance at life. I assumed Electro was gonna go for Spark or something. Or God forbid self-destruct. But that would mean it dies, which is a victory too. The unfortunate part, of course, is that both of the moves I'm about to use are special, because Bite is special in Gen 3. So it looks like Linoon's not dying today. And as we know, Hurt and Confusion only happens to me. Alright, well, just like we're gonna go back for our revenge on Justy, we're gonna come back for our revenge on this guy at some point. There we go. That's 2 down. I think I can be satisfied with that. Look at that experience. Sea King? Man, if only Flappy were alive. There, Synchronize went off twice in one stream. I feel like it doesn't really get used all that much. It's not very often that I have Pokemon on my team that have it. Alright, well that was something. I'm gonna go ahead and... there we go. Okay, so... Noctowl bravely led us to victory against Miror B and his Ludicolo army. And so, we will bid a fond farewell as we bring on board our Meditite. With a twisted spoon. And I don't know why I'm going in here as if I'm gonna check the moves. I know what it has. But, yeah, we'll get to the next place we gotta go, and then we'll call it a stream. That was an unexpected way to eat up some time. I might be imagining it, but the town's air feels somewhat less dirty. But not all as well. I can feel the presence of black auras coming from Shadow Pokemon. Wow, Fatine, nothing escapes your notice. There is but nothing that eludes the notice of my fortune telling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The key to freeing Pokemon from that black aura, it is in the north. Up north? That's where my grandpa lives too. Oh no, I forgot. I was on my way to visit Grandpa. He lives in Agate Village. That's north of here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That north may be no mere coincidence. Your answer may be there. Oh, my grandpa was a famous trainer when he was young. Maybe my grandpa would know something. Let's go see him, Wes. The key for lifting the black aura from Pokemon, it appears to be in the north. You should visit Agate Village, where the girl's grandfather lives. Alright, let's see if these two say anything. I'm sorry, Chief, but there's big news. You see, Chief Miror B and his underlings have left the town. Huh? Chief? You're not the chief. I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. That story isn't new. I've heard about it over and over already. News travels fast, I see. I'm pretty sure that Miror B hightailed it out of fear of me. You two sure have done it. I just got word from one of Duking's people, so you wiped out Miror B and his gang. Thank you. On behalf of our whole town, I want to thank you too. But there's also bad news. Headquarters warns that there is a mysterious organization that is plotting world domination. I don't know if it has any connection to Miror B, but you should be careful. Don't do anything reckless. Yeah, I say I'm gonna go to my next destination. I mean, I guess there's a Pokemon Center there. I can just save there. Yeah, we'll go. I was about to say, oh, I need to just save here and we'll go next time. There's no point, but sure, we'll just save there. You could tell us obvious lies, but we are still not going to leave this safe place. What? Miror B left town? Are you kidding me? Alright. I guess I can't think of anything else, so we'll be on our way. Oh, here we are. This is where my grandpa and grandma live. The air tastes a lot different here. It's been so long. Okay, let's get going. I bet they're worried about me not getting here. Well, welcome to Agate Village. This village is home to trainers who were once considered experts, and of course their Pokemon. I would think that it's too early for you people to settle here. Alright, as much as I'd love to explore, this is our next destination. But we're going to do what we gotta do here next time. I've given up on battling, but I never neglect checking the health of my Pokemon. Ow, my back! It seems that I should be getting my health checked. Wahaha! I came to tap the knowledge of the villagers about Pokemon. After all, even though they're retired, they were all great trainers in their prime. So, I think we accomplished some good stuff today. Look at all these new friends. This thing that gave us so much trouble. This thing that gave me a heart attack. Do I want that hard stone? I think I do. How about I give it to Slugma? And of course, Plusle, the real prize. Let's not forget. There we go. And I don't know who else to give it to if not Slugma. Alright, I will deposit Sudowoodo once more, and then I will do what I forgot to do earlier, and add Meditite to the layout. Also, just for fun. Let's see here, Plusle is serious. Which is... plus... it's neutral. Growl, Thunder Wave, Quick Attack, and Helping Hand. With no real way to make use of that minus ability. But that's okay. I will appreciate Plusle's moral support from the box. Anybody that's got an item I can steal? Poison Barb. Don't think I can make use of that right now. And Spell Tag. Can't make use of that right now either. Alright. For realsies now, we'll save. And let's go here, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna find my... I drew 2 Meditite, one for the male and one for the female, because they are different once that actually gets implemented. I know it isn't here, but I drew them that way anyway. So here's the male Meditite with its ears higher. So Noctowl, get out of here. And we'll get Meditite in its rightful place. There we go. Everything is all nice and up to date. So next time, we will go and visit Rui's grandparents. And I want to say this is where the name raider is, so maybe I could put some thought into that. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. And I'll see you all next time.